Hello, my friends on YouTube. I welcome you once again. I actually wanted to hibernate a little bit longer. I didn't want to talk. And as I said in my last video, the situation is very sensitive, especially in Egypt, North Africa, and all of the Middle East region. It's about to go up in flame. So I didn't want to contribute to the inflammation or the burning. However, last time I spoke because I had to, because of the young man who converted from Christianity, I'm sorry, from Islam to Christianity, and for his conversion, he was attacked physically, he and his family, and he had to flee from the country where he used to live to another country. And I decided after I said my saying to stay quiet again. Now, I have to speak again, and the reason is I'm going to put a link in the description box because there's a similar situation, if it's not worse, of an Egyptian young man who used to study the Islamic religion in depth, and he became an atheist. Once he understood the garbage that Muhammad came with, the garbage in the book of Muhammad, the Quran, the garbage that the lifestyle that Muhammad lived, he left Islam and he became an atheist. And that's his business too. He can be whatever he wants to be. He can become an atheist, he can become Buddhist, he can become non-religious, whatever. However, now he is on hunger strike for more than 50 days and time is running out. And I heard of him because he was a guest of a channel, and I listened to the situation. And although I don't agree with everything he says, uh, that's not the issue. He's a human being and he has the right to believe whatever he wants to believe. Okay? However, the Egyptian government is using him as a card to play with the Muslim Brotherhood as a game. And he doesn't like that. He doesn't want to do that. So he wanted to leave the country, and they are preventing him from traveling. So he decided to go on hunger strike. More than, I think it's about his 52nd day now, and that is very serious. 52 days without food, you don't have much time to live. I'm doing this video to support him because I live in the West. I live in the United States, whereas there were people who went out from Egypt. They went out in support of his situation. 3 young people, 2 young women, and 1 young man. They seem to be like about 20 years old, each one of them. They were arrested, and probably they are facing torture and what have you. He himself endured torture and abuse and left in the open, in the cold. This is not new in Egypt, Morocco, Jordan. Many of these countries, they use this against a person whom they don't like, to shut him up or her up. Now, although I don't agree with this young man, and in my previous video, I said it to President Sisi that I support him even though I don't like military dictators to rule Egypt. However, I said it clearly that despite that he is a dictator, he is the only person who knows the situation of the country, and he can lead the country slowly to the safety of the shore. Now, That does not. I supported President Sisi because there was a stupid guy from nowhere went to hide in Spain, and he is criticizing President Sisi trying to overthrow the government of Egypt, and he doesn't care if the bloodshed becomes like a lake of blood. He doesn't care, and he is pushed, supported, and financed by Qatar, the small country in the Arabian Peninsula, and Qatar is the producer of Al Jazeera uh, news. So Al Jazeera news and the money from Qatar and this stupid guy in Spain trying to turn over the Egyptian uh, government, topple the Egyptian government. Now, do I like that government? No, but it is the best we have at the moment, so I have to keep it protected. However, when the arm of the government go as far as to take an innocent man because of what he believe or disbelief, torture him, put him in jail, and kind of like wanted him to be their parrot, to repeat what they tell him to say, otherwise they will put him in jail and torture him, and so on and so forth. So he decided, which it was a very wise move, to go on a hunger strike. Going on a hunger strike is very dangerous when it's 52 days. He doesn't have many days left. And therefore, I'm making this video in his support, and I'm saying to the President of Egypt, President Sisi, I know you don't do everything in the country, of course not, but I'm sure you are very aware of what your people are doing with this young man. I supported you in my last video to lead the country to safety. But if this is the case, I will stand with this young man, Ahmed Harkan. I will stand with him. And you may say, who are you? Don't worry who am I and or what I can do. This puts your presidency, never mind your presidency, you will be forgotten practically one day. Okay? 100 years from now, nobody will remember you. But Egypt, if you're a real Egyptian, you should be concerned with Egypt, the safety of Egypt, and if Egypt, because this could happen at any moment like that. People really get angry, and that will be the straw that it breaks the camel's back, and people will go out demonstrating, and your end will be similar to that of Morsi or Mubarak, or worse. You could end up like Saddam Hussein. I'm not saying that as a threat, but this is a natural reaction to angry mobs. And the people are really angry now, and I am one of them. That will not continue. And you tell these idiots who are doing that to stop. And if this young man wants to travel, you let him travel. If you want to change the country, it has to be gradual. By challenging Islamic doctrines to open religious freedom to all. So people can ask these idiots who brought this garbage from Arabia about the garbage that they are teaching, so that they can be exposed. Little by little, we get rid of this infection, and we clean the wound, and we replace this garbage by the Egyptian culture that it was ruling before. Thank you very much. I hope you are listening. I thank my audience. Thank you very much. See you soon.